It's too windy. I'm going to bring it in for a landing. Something was wrong. I was having trouble controlling it. I don't know what it was. So I understand why my plane crashed now. It's because I had the push rods set up on the clevis on the outer hull so that all of my flaps were moving at the minimal amount. Now this would have been fine on a normal day without much wind, but when I got out there and it was windy, what I should have done was to move these push rods to the inner hull to give maximum control. And the reason why I went with the minimum movement is I wanted a smooth flight. I didn't want a jerky flight. When you have it on the inner hull, they move quickly and the plane is jerky. I wanted it to fly smooth. But what I think I'll do now is just keep the push rods on the inner hull and the clevis to get the maximum control. That's the safest thing to do. Now I saw an interesting video from RCPowers about extending your flaps for more control. You can get these flap extenders. So let's say this flap went out to here. It would be even more effective. So I'm thinking about adding my own or purchasing some flap extenders. See how that works. More control is better, definitely. Where I live it seems to be always windy. And so if I want to fly, I have to fly in the wind. And so just going to have to go with the inner hull in the clevis and flap extenders for maximum control. Because this thing has to muscle itself into the wind and be able to control itself. So here's the damage, destroyed cowl, and the engine mount is broken. But not so bad since I have 2 spare cowls, 3 engine mounts, so can repair that. But what I'm kind of angry about is the battery got punctured, and when I look in here, I can see that the motor mount screws are behind the battery, and so when you have a front end impact, the back of the battery hits these screws at the back of the motor mount, and this is how one of my planes went up in flames. So I had to retire that battery, unfortunately, because it was semi-punctured. So what I plan to do is stick a piece of foam between the battery and the motor mount screws, so if I do have a front end impact, it won't puncture the battery. And if you have a ParkZone F4U Corsair, you might want to do the same. And I mean, just take a look inside and you'll see, if yours is configured the same as mine, that you can definitely puncture the battery. And just take a look, if you do have a front end collision, take a look at your battery afterwards and you may notice some puncture holes or dents in the back of the battery. I'm currently soaking 3 LiPo batteries in salt water here to neutralize them before I throw them away. It's $150 worth of batteries, so I'm going to have to buy some new batteries. But all of these batteries were showing signs of bulging or puncture, and it was just too dangerous to keep using them. So, time to throw them away.